Welcome to the Game Professors Podcast, where the students have taken over and we profess our love and hate for all things video games. We're going to be talking about the Game Awards that are happening tomorrow, Japan embracing its inner cyberpunk to deal with privacy, Netflix is absorbing some of the brothers, AI continues to cause hardware price problems, and the new, from 2024, NEX box that's outselling the Xbox, and I am proud of that one. And if we have time, some Chinese domestic GPU production, and Razer puts out an old new mouse. Anything you've got for us to start us off today, Hero?
Yeah, just a quick story. So, obviously, everybody knows, big World of Warcraft player, I main hunter. What a lot of people don't know is that I have been in the same guild for 3 tiers, which is rare nowadays. And that guild kind of exploded. And through all of this, there was a lot of emotion and stuff because I've enjoyed the people that I've played with in these last 3 tiers, and they've all been very enjoyable. And while I play at an extremely high level, not quite race to world first or even Hall of Fame, but like the people that I raid with is important.
Yeah, I mean, you've told me stories about how much you enjoyed the time with them, and you made that guild a priority, which as not being a WoW person, like I can't really connect with, but like I could see the loyalty and the enjoyment you got out of it.
Yeah, for sure. So the guild kind of exploded, and there was some decisions that needed to be made. And I made the decision to reach out to the guildmaster and say, hey, if you're interested, I'd really like to step up, become an officer, and rebuild this guild with you. We managed to keep about half of the roster at the end of the day. And as of Tuesday, so December 9th, we actually went back into the raid again with a brand new roster. Like I said, we kept about 10 or 11-ish people of 20 and managed to somehow recruit all the way up to, I think, 23 players.
Wow, your guild must have a good necromancer.
Yeah, pretty much. And so we stepped back into the raid yesterday, and I'm actually pleasantly surprised. The guild did very well. We managed to kill 6 of the 8 bosses in a reclear in, it was like 2-ish hours. We raid for 3 a day, which was honestly higher than expected. We were expecting to get through 6 bosses, but we were expecting to take the full 3 hours to do that.
I mean, I get at the higher level you have to have results, but at the end of the day, a lot of this is, look, it's not how bad you do, it's how well you improve.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
right?
For sure.
And especially when you're starting over with something like this, it's like, okay, can we get a decent baseline, and then do people have the ability to improve from there? And it already sounds like you're, like you said, doing better than expected, so that's awesome.
Yeah, and I mean, the people that we have, most of them are experienced, have cleared the raid already once. But we have a couple who haven't raided in a few seasons that I brought in personally. Because I know how skilled they are, so it's not really a question of whether or not they can do it. It's a question of how fast can they learn.
Yep.
And I know that all of these individuals learn quickly. So, yeah, just a little WoW update there. Hopefully it continues going well. We raid again Thursday, so December 11th. And we're hoping that we at least get the 7th boss down and get some progression on the 8th boss, but we'll see.
Okay. I look forward to hearing about your success.
Fair enough.
And to be fair, I am also glad because I heard some more, and you might have to get into it on an episode with some WoW people. But I definitely heard about the implosion, and it was pretty messy. So glad it's flipped back around, and you've got good company, and things are looking bright. So look forward to hearing more about that at some point. But if you've got nothing else, we'll move into the first kind of announcement in Lecture Lowdown.
Yeah,
which is Call of Duty is announcing a shift away from back-to-back releases. Now, I'm sure we'll all find this shocking, but after Modern Warfare 2, and then Modern Warfare 3 doing terribly, and then Black Ops 6, and then Black Ops 7 doing terribly. Someone who clearly is very intelligent looked at that pattern and said, square, circle, square, circle. Well, I don't like the circles. They do bad. No more circles. So they're not doing any more back-to-back games. So I'm sure that CEO gets paid millions, and they're doing a really good job here. So no more back-to-back games. Now, to be clear here, this is not a departure from annual releases. That's still a thing. They're just not going to do back-to-back from the same quote-unquote series. So it should be a new type of Call of Duty every year, which I don't understand why they got away from... actually, a little bit of backstory. Modern Warfare 3 was supposed to be DLC, and then Activision got greedy. And then I feel like Black Ops 7 was supposed to... And this is me feeling, this is not rumor. The Modern Warfare 3 thing is true. This is just my guess, but I feel like Black Ops 7 was probably supposed to be the same way, and then they fleshed it out after seeing how bad Modern Warfare 3 did, but it's still bad. So I don't know why they went away from this in the first place, but here we are back at square one, and at least I guess they'll be different. I don't care. Like, Call of Duty, just like anything, needs time. The heart grows fonder from time away. Give it a break. Don't do all the every year stuff. But I mean, I have some quotes from like Activision itself, but I'm not really sure we need to get into it. They just talk about how we need more time to drive innovation, and it's like, no shit, but you're still doing the yearly releases. So
you say that they fleshed out Black Ops 7, but how do they flesh it out? Because it really feels like
comparatively to what Modern Warfare 3 was, still being terrible.
But how did they flesh it out? Because to me, it seems like they fleshed it out with AI.
Oh, I mean, they definitely did that. But Modern Warfare 3 was literally built to be a DLC on a BR map, and it was like a super short campaign, and everything was tacked on. Like, so it was there. So I think they just added more / polish in Black Ops 7, but more onto something that's already shaky foundation wasn't going to make it better. Again, that's just my feeling on Black Ops 7. The information's out there for Modern Warfare 3. That's real. Black Ops 7 is just my guess. But also, speaking of Black Ops 7, because it is doing so terribly, they're offering an entire free trial weekend, which is kind of insane for a Call of Duty game right after release. So you can play the whole multiplayer and zombies free until next week with double XP. And then the studio is also saying they're committing to support with, quote, "We won't rest until Black Ops 7 earns its place as one of the best Black Ops games ever made. Season 1 is described as the largest live season we've ever launched." Like, I mean, dude, you're not getting your redemption arc here, right? I mean, you go on. What do you got?
Ever heard of sunk cost fallacy?
So, this actually leads into what I want to talk. Yeah,
perfect.
You need to cut and run on this, okay? You done screwed up. You're competing against Arc Raiders and a return to form mostly for the Battlefield series, and there's other games that are going to launch between now and then. This goose has sailed. You're not getting your redemption arc, and the games that have their redemption arcs, like No Man's Sky, and now its state may be a little suspect today, but back in the day, Rainbow Six Siege was bad when it launched. It was very broken. And they fixed it, stuck with it, and it ended up having a huge player base, which is great. You know what neither of those games have to compete with? A yearly release from their own franchise. So, I don't think Black Ops is gonna magically turn this around in 1 year, because that's all they have. Like, I don't even understand here. Yeah, put out the content, show that you're gonna support your game even though it's bad, that's fine, but you're not getting your redemption arc. It's not happening. You only have a year.
No, it's not.
But, alright. Well, enough beating the dead horse that is Black Ops. I'm sure we'll talk about it again at some point. But moving on, Left 4 Dead's creator has actually announced, along with Sony, and it is a Sony exclusive, a new 4-player co-op shooter project. If anyone doesn't remember what Left 4 Dead is, which they should. One of the best co-op games of all time. It was a zombie horde shooter. We could get into specifics, but it's a great, fantastic series, beloved by all. Awesome. Anyways, so the company being Bad Robot Games, which is J.J. Abrams' game studio of famous movie director fame. So connected with that in some way. It will be directed by Mike Booth, who is the original creator and lead designer of Left 4 Dead. It will be the first game released from that studio. There's no title, there's no date, just the announcement of its existence. So, I mean, I look forward to having some fun if it's good. And I'm sure it does say PC in here, but I'm sure it'll be the same PlayStation 5, then PC in a year, probably.
So, I know that someone has done something like this, right? I'm trying to look. And it was
I know what it is, because I owned it and played it.
Yeah, we both did. Back for Blood.
Yep, that's exactly what it is.
and I'm just sitting here like, that was a disaster.
It had the makings of a good game, and I had fun with it, but I picked it up for like, I don't know, whatever it was, like $15 or something. So like, I got my money's worth. Oh yeah. But like, it was rough. There were interesting ideas that just didn't really get fleshed out. Everything else was fine. I mean, the problem is that like, it's always the thing, like, what do you do that's new without breaking what made the game original while making sure you stay fresh, right? It's a catch-22, and the problem with that game is the new things didn't feel great, and the old things felt boring. So there just wasn't anything there to be excited with. Now, playing with friends is always a good time for most games, but it didn't really make up for whatever the rest of it was. But I had a good time playing with friends for the money I spent on it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I agree.
So, we'll see what happens with this. Now, to be fair, name. Mike Booth was not involved with Back 4 Blood. As far as I understand, it was other kind of people that had left Turtle Rock. We'll see if this ends up being different with the guy at the helm.
But Back 4 Blood was developed by Turtle Rock.
Yeah.
So,
but I mean, Turtle Rock had a lot of changeover though, too. Between Left 4 Dead, yeah.
Well, and given the fact that Booth departed Turtle Rock Studios in 2012, the game came out in 2021. I highly doubt he had any involvement.
No. And if we haven't mentioned it, Turtle Rock being the original Left 4 Dead developer, if anyone doesn't know. But, so hopefully there's something to look forward to here, because having a good co-op game is always good to be on the market. Keep that kind of section healthy. Yeah,
I really missed the Left 4 Dead era.
Oh yeah.
So I didn't really get a chance to like play Left 4 Dead 2.
Oh, you're talking about you just straight missed it, not that you missed the era.
Not that I missed the era. I just straight up didn't participate.
Oh, that's such a bummer. It was so good, really man.
Yeah, I thoroughly agree. And like Left 4 Dead 2 came out in 2009. I'm like sitting here trying to think to myself, what the heck was I doing in 2009? The reality is, I think I was playing WoW. Actually,
you probably were.
And given my age at the time, it was significantly more engrossing than it is now.
Yeah,
I was a lot less efficient.
I mean, 100%. I mean, that's fair. you were more vibing.
Yeah, it was definitely more of a vibe.
But yeah, Left 4 Dead was great. I mean, and a lot of the stuff was unique then, right? Like the specific type of monster. Now, obviously, games had specific type of monsters, but they really kind of popularized, like, oh, here's the big tank monster. Here's the big monster that pops and explodes. And here's the small one that's really fast and runs at you. Like those archetypes, they really popularized. That's from kind of the Left 4 Dead series.
Yeah, and I mean, like as far as horde-based survival shooting games go, I would have to say the one that I've enjoyed the most is Deep Rock Galactic.
I mean, it's good. I go back and forth. I have fun with friends, but I do kind of, my enjoyment of that kind of runs out quickly.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I have had a great time with friends on that. So, I mean, a lot of those games do exist. So hopefully they do something unique enough and interesting enough that it isn't just a couple games every now and then type game. We'll see. I mean, clearly the guy with the skill is at the head of the helm. So hopefully they'll do something with it. We'll wait and see. Anyone has fond memories of Left 4 Dead or any specific kind of moments that you can kind of give Haru what the feeling was at the time, go ahead and leave those stories in the comments so he can check them out.
Please do. I'd love to read them.
But aside from that, to get into something a little ridiculous, I've been selling stuff on Facebook Marketplace to try to deal with the credit card debt from the holidays and Black Friday. And one of the things that I'm not selling, but apparently other people are, is blueprints for Arc Raiders. Which is wild to me.
Yeah.
And our friend Tiger sent us this. And I did look it up, and people are selling them elsewhere, which I guess shouldn't really be a shock. You can sell anything in a video game nowadays, but like this is wild to me. Like I don't, especially because this seller is listing them for $30 a piece, and what the base game costs $40.
Yeah. Well, and here's the crazy part. So, for those who don't know, we stared at a script basically the entire time. He's got a picture in here of his stash, and it has got 15 plus blueprints just kind of chilling here. He's selling 4 Bobcats for $30 a piece. He hasn't even learned it.
That's true. He hasn't even learned the fire grenade too.
I know.
I didn't see that.
I'm like, bro, I respect the hustle, but at the same time, like, that's against TOS.
Oh, I mean, 100% it is. Like, no one should be selling these. No one should be buying these. There isn't enough here. The game has a prestige system to upgrade your stash. You can't even keep blueprints. Mm-hmm. This is an extra level of ridiculousness that no one should partake in, especially the guy that can't learn his own blueprints before trying to hawk them for money. But yeah, so just a little blurb there. Don't do this. Don't partake in it. Just play the game. Prestige. Don't worry about this.
There is an argument that it would be nice if there was some kind of auction system, but at the same time, I feel like it would destroy that game so fast.
Yeah. I mean, the thing that I want, rather than the auction system, is give me the option to keep 1 or 2 blueprints, because there's like 72 blueprints. So just every prestige, give me the option to keep 1 or 2, and then the rest reset, so it's fun finding them again, but you don't feel awful by not having the 1 or 2 favorites that you have, you know?
Yeah. I mean, for me, though, I think the problem with that is that I just wouldn't prestige until I got the deadline mine. And that's just
why you could find it on your next prestige, just because like you keep a different blueprint now, and then you'll play more, and if you find it on the next one, then that's the one that you can learn and keep.
Yeah.
I also like how you did the deadline mine or whatever, as opposed to the wolf pack grenade.
Deadline's just better.
I mean, I like to stay away from things and throw.
Yeah. I got guns for that.
I got guns for that. This is the guy that runs around with the kettle. But okay.
Hey, why you gotta judge me? I do work on that kettle, all right?
I mean, that's fair. I have seen you do work on that, all right? You've invited quite a few raiders over for a tea party, poured out some kettle lead, and then they've gone away. So it has definitely worked out for you on occasion, I will admit.
Exactly.
Alrighty. Let's move on to civics and sociology. All right. With that said, let's get into civics and sociology. All right, everybody, circle up. Let's take some look at some aspects of the gaming community and maybe some of the institutions at work as well. We're going to start off with the Game Awards. Love them, hate them, infamous, famous, whichever you want to refer to them as. They happen tomorrow. It's kind of the popularity contest, gaming awards that everybody knows about outside of their own preferred journalistic top 10 sites. And, I mean, not shocking, Clair Obscur kind of took home the lion's share of everything. Just to give everybody kind of a heads up, the voting is a jury evaluation with 90%, and then fan voting at 10%. It is the 12th annual one, always hosted by Jeff Knightley. Jeff Keighley. And I mean, I don't know how any of those break down, what the jury actually is or anything like that. So if you know how that actually breaks down, let us know in the comments. But like I said earlier, Clair Obscur took home 13 total nominations, which surpasses the previous record. It is nominated across 10 categories, including Game of the Year, Best Game Direction, Best Narrative, Best Action Direction, Best Score, Music, Best Audio Design, Best Independent Game, Best Debut Indie Game, Best RPG, Best Performance, with 3 acting nominations: Ben Starr, Verso, Jennifer English, and Miel, and Charlie Cox as Gustav. So,
You did
lots of stuff there. Some other contenders, you have Death Stranding 2, On the Beach with 7 nominations, Donkey Kong Bonanza with 2 nominations, Hades 2 with 6 nominations, Hollow Knight Silk Song deservingly 6 nominations, and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 with 3 nominations. Some more numbers to throw at you. Sony Interactive captured the most publisher nominations with 19 total, followed by Kepler Interactive with 14, Electronic Arts with 10, Sega with 7, and Ghost of Yotei claimed 7 nominations as well, putting PlayStation prominently kind of in the lead for things that are critically acclaimed, let's say, which kind of surprises no one because they do have some pretty good exclusives throughout the year. Any comments on any of these so far? We'll have a whole kind of Game of the Year actual course at some point, so we're not going to get too heavily into this, but anything you want to say?
My only big thing is that I'm disappointed that I'm going to see whether or not Death Stranding 2 wins Game of the Year when I haven't even played it. Because I'm not buying a PlayStation for that.
That's true.
So,
yeah, you'll have to wait till it comes out on PC.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I'm going to buy it probably on release. But
oh, man.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big bummer that we can't play it yet and that you can't see it. And I do remember your criteria for the Game of the Year, so it definitely doesn't qualify. Regardless of how good it is, you can't be Game of the Year.
Correct.
My kids. We're going to fight over this till the end of time.
Yep. We have many topics that we fight over.
Anyways, this comes after the Golden Joystick Awards, where Clair Obscur also won a bunch of stuff as well, so I'm sure they'll clean up here. And, once we kind of get the results, we'll probably go over them a little bit, but nothing more to say here. But that is tomorrow as of this recording, which we are recording on the 10th, and this should come out on the 11th, so by the time you're listening to this, it'll be happening that night. Alrighty, let's get in to some more AI discussion, because everybody loves talking about AI constantly. It's the big thing that's happening, and I'm sure we'll have endless things to say about it, but specifically this time around, Japan is launching an AI system to combat manga and anime piracy. Now, why is the Game Podcast talking about manga and anime piracy? And the answer is because we can talk about whatever we want, but the true answer is that I think after we kind of talk about this a little bit, it might be interesting how this could be applied to other media. So let's get into it. The Japanese government Agency for Cultural Affairs has allocated 100 million yen to develop an AI system designed to detect and remove pirated manga and anime content. A trial domestically has been running since 2024, and they plan to expand internationally next year. So how this works is the AI recognizes images and texts from the works and automatically scans websites, social media for any unauthorized uploads. And the system is planning to expand to international websites as well, where I'm sure everybody knows that a lot of piracy and torrents happen in off outside country jurisdiction places where they don't have extradition and they don't care what the US or any other major power thinks. So it's designed to go look for those in those places. The financial impact, the legal distribution costs publishers approximately 8.5 trillion yen annually, making it a good investment for the Japanese government, regardless of what any individual person may think from a business standpoint. Probably good for them to try to keep some of that money in-house. The broader strategy is that they are supporting Japan's, quote, Cool Japan initiative. Because when your parents name something, that's kind of what it comes out to be. Anyways. The goal is to, and this is outside of the kind of anime piracy AI fighting, is to quadruple overseas sales of anime, manga, and games to $130 billion, not yen, by 2033. So, you can take your view on whatever you want about piracy. We're not here to discuss that today. The fact of the matter is, legally, you cannot do something like that, and the country of Japan is trying to protect their domestic content and get money that let's be honest, underpaid artists in Japan deserve. Although whether it goes to them will yet to be seen. The thing that I find interesting here is, if this is successful, could this be applied to the gaming industry? For example, can you train AI to go to any of the torrent websites or any of the key websites or anything that of dubious nature and have it actually scan those files and look at the internal game code and find piracy in the game industry and then, have that stuff taken down as well?
Most likely. It's probably doable. I think the big thing though is it's just never going to work. Right? There's the places that a lot of this content is stored are in countries that are never going to let you implement your AI in them.
You're not wrong.
So it doesn't matter if you've created this interesting AI program to combat piracy if you can't put it on the servers. Like, what are you going to do? Hey, we know that you have a bunch of pirated shit of ours. Take it down. No. Good luck.
Make me bish.
Yeah, exactly. Like, hey, we're not in Japan. You don't control us. It's just not going to happen. And our country doesn't care.
You're not wrong. However, I will say that a lot of countries have a vested interest in protecting their IPs.
Yes.
So if you can get enough of them together for a specific target, let's say if this AI system finds very specific targets and not just randomly located in a country, those countries could probably put enough pressure on it to at least get very specific operations shut down, which I think we have currently seen. Because I don't know if you recall, but supposedly this has been running domestically since 2024, and coincidentally, within the last year, there's been quite a few anime and piracy websites that have been shut down.
Yeah.
So, even if they're removing it domestically and making it harder to do domestically and you're only going to have internationally, that still does help. At least initially, and then if something like this can pinpoint where that is, there are countries that could put enough pressure to make it unpleasant and for countries to go fine.
Oh, absolutely. They definitely could, but and we don't have to get into it too deeply, but the primary reason that piracy exists is due to the inability to access. Whether that be...
I will say that is a huge part of piracy, but I also don't think that you can necessarily exclude or excuse all piracy because of limited access. I
Sure.
do agree with you. There are plenty of things that I have gone and found because I couldn't find a location that is available to me to watch them. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
Right.
But there are also, the old adage, right? Most crime is a crime of opportunity, where
Sure.
if it's easy and available,
Yep.
it will just be taken advantage of because of the ease of access.
Absolutely. But I think that at the end of the day, whether it be financially or the fact that it's simply just not available or anything like that, if your strategy is to quadruple overseas sales, maybe put them somewhere other than just Crunchyroll.
Well, but there's High Dive.
Sure,
Netflix.
and there's Netflix, absolutely. But let's go deeper beyond anime, because manga is damn near impossible to acquire in an English language.
Yeah, I've definitely found that one.
Like,
to be a problem.
it's almost forcing us to learn the Japanese characters just so we can freaking read their manga, just because we're interested.
I mean, you're 100% correct. I wish I could remember the name, but there was specifically one manga that I tried to go find. And I went to all the places where it's like, yeah, subscribe for $5 a month or whatever. Because I'm like, okay, I'll pay for a month because I really want to go read this.
Right.
And if I can guarantee a high quality, accurate translation scan, I'll go do that for a month because I want to support this. And just couldn't find it. And I was like, okay. Arg.
But
anyone got what I'm looking for?
But if we take it back to last week, right, and we look at Helldivers, okay? Let's say that somebody in the countries where it was no longer accessible decide to stand up their own server for Helldivers.
Sure.
And pirate it. I mean, we can get into the morality of that if we really want. I don't think we need to, because I'm pretty sure we agree. But at the end of the day, like, whose fault is that? And should that be considered illegal?
I mean, it's a good question. And it's one where you can look at the letter of the law and you can look at what's morally applicable. And it does get a little muddled, especially when you're talking about not having any access to it. Like if you're willing to give money, but it's not available to you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And anyone who has their own opinions, feel free to leave a comment on what you think is acceptable. But I think there will be plenty of other opportunities to get into this type of thing in torrenting, but I just did find this interesting.
Yeah.
The one thing that I did want to mention, though, because I alluded to it in my intro, is this feels like the start of the internet that exists in Cyberpunk 2077. Now, did you play Cyberpunk 2077?
Barely.
Okay, so the story, not getting too deeply into it, but basically, very advanced technological civilizations. Oh my goodness. Corporations and countries start getting into wars. Well, what do you do when you have access to very advanced AI and you're trying to cripple another country's internet/infrastructure? Well, you're going to release a bunch of malicious AI to combat them. So, essentially, there is the old net, which is infested with these very dangerous and malicious AIs, and the new, quote, shallow net, which is basically restricted so that countries and cities can function, and it's behind what is called the Black Wall, which is a firewall of AIs to prevent the bad AIs from escaping the quarantine zones and attacking the new safe internet. And this just feels like the start of that. We're releasing AI onto the web to basically find and put... Well, I mean, obviously this is alert, but in my mind, the ultimate goal is find and delete, quote-unquote illegal material. And so, I mean, if they release this to the internet and it has access to the internet... I mean, it's already been shown that ChatGPT has tried to copy itself elsewhere to save itself from shutdown. So, if this thing has unfeathered access and something goes wrong, is this the start to the end of the internet?
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, does this bring dead internet theory to fruition?
Yeah.
Where it's not just bots, it's now just everything wiped out.
Yeah. 100%.
I mean, fair.
I mean, this is like, for lack of a better term, this is how we die. Right?
Yeah, the beginning of the end.
Yeah.
This is the end.
Like, take down the internet, right? Not just one provider, not just Amazon, not just Microsoft, not just Google, right? Drop them all at the exact same time and watch the world riot.
100%.
I'm dead serious.
No, I mean, you would lose access to major institutions that society needs to function, things that have to reach out for basically approval to keep existing would cease functioning. Like,
hospitals
all of this stuff
would fail.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I can't imagine the number of government agencies that would just completely shatter.
So, I mean, they would. 100% they would. I mean, think about how crippling it would be to, I mean, from underdeveloped to developed countries. And I like that we're saying that the beginning of the end for the collapse of civilization stems from manga and anime enforcement.
Yeah, 100%. Because the reality is, and while I do think that it's a good idea that you should probably track down your piracy problem, because, yeah, anime, manga, and games in general have a pretty high piracy rate. The way that we're doing it is the beginning of the end, because you're creating a system, an AI system, giving it full access to the internet and allowing it to crawl through not just the indexed internet.
Yep.
Right? Because what a lot of people don't realize is that 80%, maybe even more, of the internet is not indexed, meaning it's not searchable on Google, Bing, all of those, right? So all of these websites, the only way for you to get to them is to type in their address, and that's it. Right? So you have to be in the know. But the problem is that the way the AI works, it can go so fast, and it can just brute force, AAAAAAA.com, right? Yep. Don't try that website. I don't know what it is. But, like, it can just do that, and it can just go through the entire...
Oh, my God, you've been to that website? Haru, I can't believe you. Wow, this is awful. The things on here hurt my soul.
I mean, that's fair. But at the end of the day, right, your AI can brute force things way faster than any human ever can.
Sure.
So it can go through the entirety of the alphabet, through the entirety of the dictionary in all languages, and search even dark web websites.
Yep.
And it only takes one before it gets... It's set up to recognize that it is being scanned and attempt to infect that AI. It only takes one.
Yep.
And then,
or
game over.
The AI to get out of the control because somehow it gets blocked and it goes, yeah, but my number one priority is searching and finding, so I need to get around this. So it modifies itself to get past whatever blocks exist.
Yep. And then it spirals.
Yeah, so again, we're saying the end of the world is being started by anime.
As we know it. Yep.
So all the doom and gloom people who said anime is evil and everything, does that mean they're ended up being correct?
No, because they're in the same boat as people who said that D&D was devil worshipping. So, no.
I mean, obviously, but yeah. Alrighty. Well, we do have more AI to get to because it is the flavor of the month for the news article. So let's get into business and econ. All right. As always, we may be in over our heads because neither one of us has done any sort of classwork in this section of study, but we're still going to get into it anyways. And as I said, we're going to talk more about AI. We've already mentioned multiple times about the memory apocalypse for pricing as AI chips, or as AI companies are hoarding all the memory chips. It's now kind of looking like it's going to physically start affecting the pricing of computers, as Dell is planning PC hardware price increases of 15 to 20% starting this month. So it's happening. I mean, it's not just Dell either. Lenovo has advised customers to place orders before January 1st, 2026, because they will have new pricing that takes effect after that time frame, and the guess is a similar type of price increase. Oh my goodness, it's rough.
Yeah, I mean it is. It's extremely rough, and it's one of those things where, again, hey, Dell, AMD, Nvidia, you created this problem. How are you going to punish us for it?
Because there's money to be made, and we do not have most of the money.
Okay, sure, there's money to be made, but if you're making all the money over there, then why are you charging us more here? Right?
Hey,
do a little bit of subsidization.
Look,
call it a day.
The king needs his cake, okay? The rest of us are just tilling the fields and getting the sugar cane and the wheat to make the cake, okay? But we are just covered in dirt. We're the peons. We exist outside of the castle, all right? The king has to have his cake, and we are not royalty.
I mean, fair, I guess.
Is it, though?
No.
Is it fair?
No, it's not.
Viva la revolution! Bring out the guillotine!
The guillotine.
Give us our memory!
No, I think it's really funny because like I've poked a couple of people about trying to get enough information to start a like chip processing plant. It would be impossible. You'd need like a couple million.
We could call it the game processors.
The game processor. Oh, that's so stupid. Oh, man.
I mean, come on. What a great marketing scheme.
I mean, you're not wrong, especially if like, here's the deal, okay? To get our processors, you have to prove to us, you have to show us your gamer card. That's the only way you'll get them.
Send us a picture of your pile of PC parts. Send us the PC part picker and the receipts of the stuff you've already purchased.
Show me the game on your Steam list that has the highest playtime.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that one.
And then also, I need to see your whole Steam list. Make sure you don't have family mode turned on. I don't want to see your girlfriend's Steam list as well. Just yours.
Yeah. Haru wants to see all the smut games you're playing. All right, he wants to see those games that always show up on the Steam recent top sellers.
Yep. Don't hide them. Well, no.
And if we see them, we'll know you're a real one.
True. Might even give you a discount.
Yeah, man. Here's your discount on memory to make those memories. Good luck. Have fun.
Call it the Gooner discount. Don't joke. Oh, man. But yeah, I mean, ultimately...
Oh, that's so funny. I'm dying.
Ultimately, I mean, look, let's just toss some numbers out there, okay? So we all know that primarily all of this, the flash memory and whatnot, is made in like the Eastern countries, right? But like DDR5 16 gigabytes, okay? That went from the modules jumped from, it says $6.84, but I don't think that's right. Is it? You're talking individual modules. I get it now.
Yeah.
So the individual modules jumped from $6.84 to $27.20. We're talking, what is that? A 3x in
Yeah.
3 months, so September to December.
Yeah, 100%. And to be clear here, we're not talking about the price of the full stack, as obviously that's different. But yeah, just the components you're getting to the point here, which is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. But, I mean, and we've gone over some of these before. Yeah. So, but just to kind of give you a heads up too, it's not just PC manufacturers. It's not just NVIDIA. We mentioned it before, but keep in mind AMD is also raising GPU prices probably in 2026.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's looked like. And I mean, the big problem here, and we kind of already mentioned it a lot, but you're talking about this type of thing where you're affecting memory of every capacity, where it's affecting everything so heavily. Are we actually going to see a recession in the PC enthusiast market? Because I feel like there's no, like, I'm not sure we'll lose people, but I don't think we're going to get like a huge adoption of new computers.
No, I don't think we will
the next
either.
couple of years.
Like anyone who's turning anywhere from like 10 to 12 years old that wants to get into computer gaming, it's just not going to happen. Right? Not unless like their parents had already had a PC ready for them when they were interested and have old parts or something, and they plan on just putting them on a DDR4 rig. Like it's just not going to happen.
No.
And that's sad to me, to be honest, as someone who has been in PC gaming since I was like 8.
Yeah.
You know?
100%.
So it's really disappointing that AI, it has its uses, but the problem that AI currently has is that it's being used for everything. It's not being used for just the things that it's really good at. They're trying to implement it into literally anywhere and everywhere that it possibly can be.
I mean, it's the technological gold rush.
Yeah,
right?
Literally.
And I'm not saying it's a good thing, but I am saying everyone is trying to find that thing where it's going to excel at so much that they strike gold, that it is a gold vein for them. Look at what we made AI do. Give us your money because we made it do this really cool, incredible thing. No one else has done it yet. So,
yep.
I mean, but that bubble's got to burst at some point because you're going to exhaust your capabilities at some point. And the bigger players are just going to take over the market. So eventually it could come down, but you know, people are the most optimistic estimates are like 2027. You'll be able to get RAM for normal prices again. And some of the other ones are like potentially not till 2029, which is insane. So if you want something, I can't recommend you get it now because prices are high, but you may not be able to get any better than now. So
yeah, there's a pretty high chance that it just keeps climbing for another
100%.
year. And like speculation, right? Speculation time for a second. PS5. Do you think they're still making new ones?
They are. And do you want to know why? Have you seen this story?
No.
Because Sony was smart enough to stock up massively on the components for their console.
Sure.
It's why you have seen minimal PlayStation increases as opposed to Xbox increases.
Right.
Because the costs are already done. So they've purchased those components and they're essentially just assembling them.
So so basically they are running on, 3-year-old profit margins. Right? And technically, like they could just be all like, "Oh no, we didn't stockpile them and raise our prices and just make more money," right? They absolutely could, and who would question it? Right?
But here's the thing. You're already making the money. And you now, without having to increase your cost or reduce your profitability, have a clear price advantage over your competitor.
Yeah, 100%.
So, I mean, not even just your direct competitor.
Right.
But a Switch costs how much?
Yeah.
And a PC costs how much? I mean, you are literally the best cost-effective solution
right now.
Right now. Because Switch is its own thing handheld. You're not getting the same graphics. So yes, it's slightly cheaper, but not by much. So in terms of what you're getting for the cost, I mean, there's literally not one that's close right now. PlayStation is the best.
Yeah, exactly. And like, if they hadn't stockpiled, I would be surprised if they were still making the consoles in general.
Well, I mean, that's what you're seeing on Xbox, though. Like, you see what happens when you're not stockpiling.
Yeah.
That you're constantly raising prices. Well, now, if PlayStation was also, it might be a little different, but let's say PlayStation was the only one doing it, you're losing market share. Your market share is going heavily down. You're potentially being removed from stores because no one's buying it because you constantly keep raising your prices.
Yep.
Like, it's like you would have to pay me to game/own on an Xbox right now. And this comes from a guy whose one of his favorite gaming experiences was the 360 back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
So I have no bias towards, against Xbox. Like, I wish it would do well. Well, there's other reasons, but in general, I like competition, so I hope it does well, and it's just not right now. It's not there right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Just to throw some other interesting numbers at you, a little further down, Haru. Asus is reportedly has only 4 months of inventory.
Jeez.
And plans on adjusting its prices accordingly. So it's definitely going to be crazy problems as we move into the future. I did want to kind of finish up here. We already kind of mentioned it. You're going to see an immediate impact on gaming PC hardware, which we're already seeing. Kind of mid time frame, you're going to see it affect mid to high end PC gaming as well, as even though things are still available, they become more expensive as opposed to the low end and enthusiast builds becoming, I mean, like, will you even be able to find inventory? Right? Because we've talked about in weeks previously about how you're potentially removing low end GPU production because the margins aren't there with prices increases. So is there even going to be a budget enthusiast option? And I'm not sure there is. And this is a problem. This is why I brought up earlier, for how it affects the gaming community, because Steam's November 2025 hardware surveys showed adoption of 50 and 40 series GPUs accelerating, but the mid-range cards, right? It's not the high-end cards that ever sell the most.
No.
It's always going to be those mid to mid-low range cards, and that's the one that's kind of going to be the most heavily affected here.
Yeah, the mid-range cards, they're going to probably make less of them, and the low-range cards, I'd be surprised if they make any of them.
Yep. If it continues on this trajectory, yeah.
And it's not even just this, right? It'll probably delay the 60 series. It'll probably delay the AMD 1000 series, right? And not even just this. This will affect game development, too.
Oh, yeah.
The studios need the best hardware to test their game, to run their game, to troubleshoot their game and develop it, right? So it's going to affect their ability to actually create video games as well. So it's going to impact gamers like tenfold.
Okay. I don't know if it's spicy take, but I do have an interesting take, okay? I do think this might actually be good in a very specific way for the gaming industry.
I had the same
because it's something you've complained about constantly. It's something we've kind of talked about initially, where if the upgraded hardware isn't available to people because it's priced too far out of their range, and everyone stays on older series cards or on the mid-range cards, and people aren't upgrading immediately like they used to, they're kind of skipping a generation. Game developers will not just be able to go, well, you can just buy a hardware solution to our software problem because our games are terribly optimized, or we didn't design it well enough and the requirements are way too high. So you might see more focus on what developers have been successful, like Art Raiders and Battlefield, where they focus more on the specific design choices where, yeah, we're not doing ray tracing because we're a multiplayer game. We don't really need it. It impacts in performance. So we're skipping that and we're focusing on optimization. Or Arc Raiders where, they have all more of those options, but they go, yeah, but that's excess. That's a luxury. We're making sure our base game is playable for the widest amount of people, because that's where the most money is. That's where the most people exist. We want the most amount of people to experience our game. So this is forcing a lot of developers into a corner, kicking and screaming, as they now if they want to sell their game because there isn't a new set of hardware to magically fix their coding problems. So they might have to actually buckle down and focus and go, God, well, I guess we want to sell our game and all those poor people are still on 4070s and, 5060 Ti's. So I guess we'll make the game playable, whatever.
Oh no, you'll have to drop your 1 million polygon character model down to 500,000 or something.
Yeah, but we were planning on putting path tracing in our game, and that was going to be the main option.
My Lord. Oh, God.
We wanted you to be able to see all the light particles and beams.
All of the light particles. Oh, man. All right. Anyways, I think the point that we're trying to get across here is good luck.
Yeah. So hopefully this is just all gloom and doom, bunker type of stuff, and the sun will come out tomorrow and none of this will matter. But it's not looking like that. And if anyone has an interesting plan or take for their future PC upgrades, or maybe you've already stockpiled, let us know what you're doing. And maybe we could throw that out there as a suggestion for others. All right. Anyways, getting into the next topic in this course. Netflix dropped that dough. They made it rain, and they picked up Warner Brothers. And we'll get into the game-specific kind of section of this. But spoiler alert, that didn't really matter for Netflix. What they were purchasing was the kind of media properties from a film standpoint and TV standpoint. And they made an $82.7 billion acquisition bid. Now, that bid was successful. However, there's been some rumblings that Paramount is potentially, I haven't seen anything substantiated, but it is out there, potentially trying to do a hostile takeover bid, appealing directly to shareholders for $100 billion. So we'll see if Netflix actually gets it or not. But as of right now, officially, the filing with the government is Netflix buying Warner Brothers.
Yep. There is a BBC article that is out there that is talking about the two bids. So who knows? I mean, at the end of the day, if Warner Brothers had already accepted Netflix's bid, can't just renege on that.
No, but I also don't know what the laws around like a potential hostile takeover appealing directly to certain shareholders would be. Like,
sure,
if Paramount somehow gets 51%, can they then back? I mean, there's penalties for backing out of the deal, but can Paramount trigger a cancellation? I don't know. Again, this is where we get into the fact that we're over our heads a little bit.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm sure something like that exists. But for now, Netflix, pending government approval, is looking like the owner of WB. Now, what does that entail for gamers? Well, major WB game studios are involved. You've got Avalanche Software, which is Hogwarts Legacy, NetherRealm, which is Mortal Kombat, Rocksteady, which is the Batman series, although it's kind of giving it a dive, TT Games, which is Lego games, and other studios. And you think, yeah, there's a lot there. I mean, I'm thinking, we'll get into a little bit of this later, but, there's like some copyrighted game mechanic stuff that they could maybe do something interesting with. So I bet there's some value there. Well, Netflix's CEO, Gregory Peters, stated that WB Games was, quote, relatively minor compared to the grand scheme of things, end quote. And the streaming giant did not attribute any monetary value to to the gaming division in its acquisition model.
Wow.
So to be clear here, they basically are saying that the WBeam's games division is worthless. Is the brunt kind of look here.
I mean, so look, Netflix has tried to get into the gaming side of things for a while, right? I've seen plenty of games on Netflix, and every time I see them, I'm just like, why is this here? How am I going to play this? Right? I'm sure I could probably connect a Bluetooth controller to it or some stupid crap like that.
I'm sure.
And control it through my TV, whatever. But at the end of the day, like, I'm sitting here holding a little, like, Amazon Alexa remote. And, like, I'm hovering over a game, and I'm like, I don't see myself being able to play that with this controller.
Yep.
You know? So it's
I don't have a desire to figure this out either.
Yeah, exactly. I don't have a desire to figure this out. Any of these games that I'm seeing here, I'd rather just buy on my computer and play it there.
Let's see. Do I figure out how to play this through Netflix on this remote, or do I open my phone and play Bellatra?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Nailed it. I need to play that again.
So even though they are basically looking at the games division not really being worth anything, they have said they are planning on leveraging the game studios and properties to your point, Haru, accelerate its own interactive entertainment strategy, which they describe as beyond traditional mobile gaming. They outlined the broader inactivity agenda, which includes TV-based party games and smartphones as controllers, just to kind of give you an idea of kind of where that's heading, and real-time voting features for live events and narrative-driven experiences.
Now that would be kind of interesting.
Sure.
Like the real-time voting thing is like, it's that thing that you've seen on every, like, sci-fi TV show or movie.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah.
I'm just so confused how we've never gotten that in real life. Because, like, it's totally possible.
I haven't watched The Voice.
Fair. That's how
in
text
a
message,
long
though.
time. I think, like, what's that?
That's how text message.
No. So I was gonna say, when I watched like 1 or 2 seasons with my family back initially when it came out, yeah, it was all text message, and I have no idea. So have you seen it recently? Is it still text message?
No, I have not seen it recently. I have no idea.
Well, anyone who's seen it recently, let us know what they're doing. But yeah, I assume it's something similar where it's like maybe text a code here, or like I gotta imagine there's a voice app or something. But
I mean, you would think so. There is an official app for The Voice.
There you go. So official app. But it would be interesting to kind of see that interactivity. I'm not sure how they'll do it. You know what would be really interesting? From a streamer perspective? What if there was some interactive game mechanic where the audience could vote on something and then it happens in-game for that streamer?
Sir, you know this is a thing, right?
Like, what do you mean?
Like, Twitch already does that. It's
built into the game?
So, yes, a lot of games do have it built in.
Okay, so let me clarify, because I just want to make sure we're on the same page. I'm picturing, like, literally the streamer's doing something and they're doing too well, and so the audience can vote, and the streamer's bullets do, like, half damage.
Yeah, similar things like that. Like, not that specific scenario, but yes, the audience can either help them or hurt them. I want to say it's something of the Lambs. Cult of the Lambs has it built in. I'd have to double check, but because I remember Maru in particular.
So can in Cult of the Lambs, can you actually spawn like enemies? Can the audience spawn like enemies and stuff?
Yeah,
that's super cool.
Yeah.
No, but that's a specific game. Now imagine a whole platform having that type of stuff built in.
Yes, that would be amazing. And there are tons of other games where even if it's not built into the game directly, a lot of people create mods and integrations for it.
Oh, sure. I'm not saying that type of stuff doesn't exist, but imagine I mean, obviously this is Netflix and not Activision, but we just talked about Call of Duty.
Yeah.
But imagine like a Call of Duty Zombies run where people could actually start affecting the zombies run.
Yeah.
Where if they donate enough bits or something, they can get like a weapon drop or something like that.
Yeah, something
know?
stupid.
Yeah, I'm not to give any corporation an idea of how to make more money, but
But if you do use that idea, you better pay them.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's recorded here, right? Like,
Yep, there it is.
Anyways, it's we don't know what they're gonna do, but
Right.
Unfortunately, it doesn't look like they have any substantial plans, which is disappointing. I mean, because you're talking about properties like Harry Potter, DC, Mortal Kombat, Lego, Game of Thrones games. They have a copyright for games specifically. Lord of the Rings properties, similar thing. I mean, there's so many good IPs and stuff that they can do here. I said the DC universe, but like you're talking about Batman games, Superman games, like that type of stuff.
Yeah.
That they could do, and one of the things that I always hated was that the Nemesis system from the Shadow of Mordor series is locked behind copyright.
Yep.
I mean, oh my goodness, just like literally DC Universe alone. Imagine if the villains could remember the fights that they've had with your Batman.
Oh yeah.
And reference it, or even minions, where maybe a Joker minion comes back, and he remembers what you did, and he fights you differently, and now this main henchman is this henchman's going up the hierarchy. Like,
yeah, I mean, the Nemesis system is a perfect example of why copyright in modern age is so crap.
100%, but well, to a degree,
for sure.
Yeah, and we've talked about that before, and we can always get back into it again. But the point here is that they have an opportunity to make use of something that has been underutilized.
Yeah, and not even just that. Like, I'm just so amazed that Warner Brothers never licensed it out.
No, yeah,
like they did nothing with it.
Well, I'm sure Warner Brothers tried to, but I'm sure the price they were asking for was an arm and a leg,
which is just stupid. Hey, would you like to make no money or some money?
I mean, you're not wrong.
Options.
Yeah, ridiculous. And look, if you have somebody that has a really cool idea, you license it out to them for a low price, and it shows what can be done with this system, then other companies might come to you as well, and you can charge them a higher price.
Exactly. And like the Nemesis system is the perfect example of like something that should be copywritten.
Sure.
Like it absolutely is. I say that it's the perfect example of why copyright is so crap in our current modern day, but it is also the perfect example of something that should be copywritten, not freaking summoning a thing out of a ball, Nintendo. Like it's ridiculous. Copyrights are good in some regard when they are used correctly, and they are terrible in every other situation.
Yeah, when they're too vague, it's obnoxious.
Yes.
And when they're abused, it's obnoxious.
Mm-hmm.
Protect the creative integrity of whatever thing is copyrighted and, go from there, but too much abuse happens.
Yeah, I mean...
All right.
I was just going to continue as well.
No, go for it.
So, I mean, look, Warner Brothers games, it hasn't had a great time recently. Nope. It experienced a significant downturn prior to this acquisition, with its gaming revenue dropping 48% in Q1 of 2025 due to lack of any major releases. And the division faced additional challenges, including the cancellation of the Hogwarts Legacy expansion plans and the vast underperformance of Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, and layoffs at Rocksteady, which shut down the multiplayer brawler Multiverse. Or Multiverses.
Yeah. Well, that was the Smash Brother DC game. Essentially, is what it was.
Yeah, exactly. And then Monolith's Wonder Woman game was also canceled. So
I would have been interesting to see what a Wonder Woman game did.
Yeah, and I don't know if you have it in here. But I saw somewhere that Warner Brothers was like 87 billion in debt or something. I could be wrong.
I don't know. I was like, yeah, I didn't have it in here. I'm sure they were struggling. I mean, the problem that they're struggling is because they've made terrible design choices and their leadership has been awful, and they tested everything into oblivion to where it's been bad or offensive. So, like, put some creative people in charge. Let passionate people make something with these IPs, and I'm sure there could be some good stuff that comes from it. I don't have faith that that's going to happen because clearly leadership at Netflix has no plans or designs or care to do any of that. But there's so much potential here. So much.
Yeah, they
potential.
didn't even consider it. Like, okay,
No.
maybe the reality is that they were looking at their primary flagship, right, which is streaming. And they were like, anything else beyond this is gravy. We don't need to keep looking at it because it's already profitable. Right? Maybe that's the reality of how those conversations went. But
I mean, sure, but Netflix has to keep raising their prices every year. So, like, they have more money going out the door than they necessarily have coming in. That's why they have to keep raising prices. The Harry Potter game made so much money.
Yeah, it did.
And you have a new TV series coming out. I mean, wait, where's that new Harry Potter TV series coming out?
That's a great question.
Because I was like, if that's any WB thing, which it should be, because I'm pretty sure they have that IP, like, you could design a Harry Potter game to at least come out shortly after the TV series and capitalize on that whole thing.
There are concerns, rumors, granted, that Netflix could kill that series.
I mean, I have my own views on that series, being a more book fan of Harry Potter than any of the media franchises, so
sure.
I won't get into it, but there'd be no love lost for me. But I'm just saying, from a, synergistic standpoint, there's interesting things you could do with the gaming division. But
yeah, absolutely. And I don't know, it's just kind of, it's weird to buy a company and not consider all aspects of that company before you've purchased it. Like, how much money is Warner Brothers dumping into their games division? And
I mean, I think my concern is that they saw how much money and how terrible it did, but again, I attribute that to choices rather than the talent.
Sure. Oh yeah, for sure.
I think they're maybe looking at writing it off, which would be sad because there's so much potential here.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Warner Brothers owns HBO?
Yeah.
Which HBO purchased Cinemax a while back.
I don't remember, but you're probably right.
Which is how HBO Max came to be.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Cinemax is owned by Warner Brothers Discovery, blah, blah, blah. Originally purchased by HBO back in the day. Yeah, cool. Thank you, AI.
Yeah, right.
I'm for this for only that reason, largely because I was watching a streamer the other day, and they brought this up. They're like, how long until Netflix buys Warner Brothers, buys Paramount, buys all of these other shows and whatnot, and then effectively just sells us a cable package again? Like,
it does feel like it's coming back around to that,
yes,
for sure.
It absolutely is coming back around.
So, we'll see where it goes. I don't like the way that it's going. It's just ridiculous, but hopefully they do something with it. I'm just sad and disappointed because there's so much potential in it. It doesn't look like they're doing anything with it. So, alrighty. Any other last remarks on this?
Nope.
Fair enough. Alrighty. Well, with that, we'll get into our final segment, which is Shop Class. All right, let's head down to Shop Class and take a look at some of the tech tools that is going around. You heard of NEX Playground?
No.
Have you seen a photo of it?
Also no.
Okay. I will send you a photo and then describe it for people. So the NEX Playground box is essentially a Wii/Connect gaming box that has a camera on it, and it's I think a downloadable streaming game box.
Oh
that
God!
Outsold the Xbox on Black Friday.
That's insane. Well, what were the prices?
Well, I mean, that's one of the biggest reasons, because the NEX Playground is like $250 retail. But keep in mind that the Xbox Series S on like the initial Black Fridays when it released would go on sale for $250, and now it's a $400 console.
Sure.
So Xbox could have competed with this price. So I don't think that's an excuse, because they have chosen to raise their prices far beyond this cost. So it is priced competitively, and I do think, and I kind of had been thinking about this for a while, that it does feel a niche in the market. So when the Wii came out, it took over everything by storm, because what it did was it was an easily accessible gaming device for old and young. Anyone could enjoy it. It was pure fun. It wasn't a hardcore gaming machine. It wasn't trying to be a hardcore gaming machine. It was an everybody and their family gaming machine. And it was priced very competitively for that. So it was easier to justify the cost and the pickup. And I think the Wii U's problem is they tried to do more of that, and that clientele doesn't purchase game consoles every generation.
Right.
Which is,
exactly.
I think, one of the reasons that the Wii U failed miserably. However, we are quite far removed from the generation of the Wii. And I had actually been thinking, and I didn't even know this had come out in 2024. And so I had kind of been thinking to myself, I was like, I wonder if there's going to be something that kind of satisfies that need in the market, where you can pick something up where both parents and children can have fun with it at home, that isn't something massive expensive, or yes, VR headsets are fun, but that's something you have to put on and wear and play, and not everyone has the technical expertise to also get that displayed to a TV so that everybody can have fun with it. And the ones that do that easily are the very expensive ones that get plugged into a PC. So it's not really filling that market. So when something like this comes around, which is the motion controlled gaming console, a la Connect Wii style, but mainly camera, yeah, it's going to do well. It's priced competitively. There's nothing that's as cheap as this. The cheapest Xbox is now $400.
Yep.
So, yeah, it did well at Black Friday. It is a very tiny cube, supposedly 3 inches. I don't have my hands on it. It has a ultra wide angle camera built in for motion tracking. No controllers. Gameplay is entirely body movement. So again, Connect style games, which is just an evolution of what the Wii was anyways. And you do have to download games. There is a magnetic camera cover for those who are concerned about having a camera facing their living room. Features no ads or in-app purchases, which is a parental kind of friendly thing so that parents don't have to worry about their kids buying a lot of something.
Yep.
And supports 4 players playing at a single time with its ultra-wide camera, so a family can play. I mean, that's the whole MO for this console, and I think there is a spot for this to exist on the market. It does have a subscription for the gaming services. It's 3 months for $50 or a year for $90, which that year averages out just under $750 a month, which is also vastly cheaper than some of the Xbox Game Pass services.
So let me get this straight. You have to buy the damn thing for $250.
Yep.
It comes with 5 games. No additional cost. We're talking like Fruit Ninja, Whack-A-Mole Deluxe, Go Keeper, Party Foul, and Starry.
Yep.
And then to get anything beyond that, can you buy the games directly, or do you have to subscribe?
I don't know for sure. Only because you'll have to check. Only because this came across my radar literally yesterday.
That's fair.
So I just put a lot of this in here and did as much as I could look at it. So I don't know for certain. But there are a decent amount of titles available for it for only being out for a year and being a targeted console. So it has 45 plus games available through that Game Pass. So I don't know how much the Switch had in its first year. But I mean, it did have a healthy indie market, so I'm sure it had more than 45, but most families aren't playing that many games anyways.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
While you look that up to see if it does exist, just so you know, of kind of gaming console sales, apparently it captured 14% of game console sales on Black Friday, which ended November 29th.
That's wild.
Yep. And just to give you a comparison, obviously Xbox sold less than that. That's the whole point of this discussion. PlayStation 5 had 47%, and the Nintendo Switch 2 had 24%. So, no slouch. It's coming along, and I think it'll only continue to do well considering how expensive things are, and as it becomes more popular, word of mouth will happen. So, I'm sure it'll continue to do well. Its growth is 3,384% year-over-year sales growth.
That's one of those numbers that you just don't even mention.
No, I mean, that's just insane. Yeah, so I think this is an indication that Xbox is dead this generation.
Oh yeah.
There's no reason to own one. They've priced it out of competition. You're better to buy PlayStation if you want something cheaper. You may as well get this for your family. Also, the Nintendo Switch 2, if you want something portable, exists. Because keep in mind, there is an Xbox, technically an Xbox handheld, although we might have to, I think we never got back around to that. Well, maybe I'll have to pull that in for next week. It's not necessarily an Xbox handheld. It's just a PC handheld with Xbox branding. And you're still talking $600 to $1,000 for that anyways. Which is insane.
So, yeah, update. Yeah, you cannot purchase games directly.
Now, here's the thing. $89 for a full year.
Right. We're talking beans for most people.
We're talking $20 over a single Switch game.
Yeah. For access to their entire catalog and any upgrades and any new games for a whole year.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, yes, you have to subscribe, which is a bummer for ownership of anything, because remember, you'll own nothing and you'll like it.
Pretty
but
much.
It is competitively priced for what other offerings exist. It is at the correct price point for what you're getting.
I just gotta say, they kind of won with the fact that it has a How to Train Your Dragon game. It's kind of just a win-win there. It also has a Care Bears game.
I am a big fan of Toothless.
I mean, honestly, big same. Yeah, I mean, these are
okay.
Hey, it's got NHL.
All right, so when we get big enough, you are doing a Nextbox How to Train Your Dragon stream.
Oh my lord!
I can't wait to see this. Alrighty,
give me back Beyblades, man.
We actually found a box of them at work.
That's hilarious.
and I'm not gonna lie, the other day when it was a little slow, we might have done a little back and forth for like 30 minutes. Now, to be fair, I had to figure out how to use it.
You don't remember? You don't remember how to rip it?
Dude, I never ripped it, man. I was never a Playmate guy. It was funny, though. It was fun to figure out. Oh, man. All right, anyways. Enough about the next box. By the way, it's not the next box. It's NEX Playground, to be specific here. I just am having some fun with it. Anyways, there was an announcement on the Chinese GPU side. We're not going to get into this too heavily, but they're on their more threads has a Musa GPU, and essentially it's the 5th generation GPU for the major kind of developer on that side for Chinese companies. It is mostly for AI production, and they are doing very well in very well in China since NVIDIA had been banned, although NVIDIA looks like maybe allowed back in to sell in China. And just to kind of give you a comparison, the flagship Moore's Thread GPU, the MTT S4000 versus NVIDIA's H100 NVL, you're talking across the board, NVIDIA just destroys it out of the water. It's 59% faster for FP32 performance. It's got 536% gap in memory bandwidth and 3 times the amount of VRAM. So like the only thing that it loses is in power draw, but oh well. Major companies gonna super care about that when you're looking at these hundreds percentile differences. So it does look like it's coming along. This is a lot further than where China was when NVIDIA left the market. So that's something that you might be seeing in the future, just to kind of give you a heads up. Now, one last thing that I wanted to talk about that I found interesting, if Haru scrolls down and looks at those photos, normally I wouldn't talk about something like this. Now, Razer is releasing a Boomslang 20th Anniversary Edition mouse. Now, for those of you who are not in the older category, that was like kind of one of the first quote-unquote gamer mice that existed on the market in 1999 and early 2000s that had like those really nice DPI gamer features and stuff. And so I love how retro this mouse looks. This is so late 90s and early 2000s. And for anyone who can't see, it's very flat. It's got these kind of like wide wings that kind of curve up on the edges for the actual left and right clicks. And then translucent plastic. I want you to know, I miss translucent plastic things so
I was going to say that
much. Okay, well, you agree? You're on the same page here?
So one of my first memories of Apple was its translucent desktops.
Those were so great.
Yeah, they were so cool.
They were so fun.
Imagine what we could do with translucent plastic in our gaming setups. You know?
I think
so many things.
I mean, this translucent mouse right here looks cool. I mean, there's so many fun things. I miss the translucent controllers. I know that they've started to do more of those now, but like there was a time where that was the thing. Everything was translucent plastic.
Yeah.
And I love this stuff. Now, the other reason that I bring this up is I don't know if you've read any of the things that I've posted here or kind of zoomed in on these photos, but those mouse buttons are leather.
What the? I did not zoom in on these. No.
Yeah, they're leather. So the left and right click is PU leather.
Okay, look. On the right side of my Logitech G502X, okay, where I place my pinky has worn through to the plastic underneath the rubber.
Sure.
Leather is not gonna last any longer.
Yeah, but I don't think that's leather on the side. It's just the buttons on top.
Which is worse. Because that's where my fingers lay all the time.
But it'll feel nice.
So does plastic.
I mean, debatable, but I'm just saying, no one buys plastic seats for their car, okay?
They're not available.
That's not true. You could buy a racing bucket seat for your car or put it in there if you want.
Also, they would be kind of slippery.
You're not right. So, what better grip? Clearly, this is gonna give you the gamer advantage. You know all those headshots you miss? No. Now you got the leather buttons. Okay, you're gonna get that extra grip, that tactile feedback.
Look,
and you're gonna encounter Shroud on stream and just destroy him with this mouse. That's what's gonna happen.
I have encountered Shroud in one game before. It was very interesting. However, look, these mice look stupid. They look completely idiotic. And I'm not saying that modern mice look any better. Modern mice look like frickin' spaceships, okay? But this thing looks like it's a chisel. It looks like a chisel.
It looks like a spaceship.
It looks like a chisel.
No, spaceship. See, that part's open, and then that's the entry bay, and then you go in.
I know for a fact he's moving his mouse around like I can see what the heck he's doing, and I definitely can't.
Honestly, I was just kind of hoping you'd look at it and just, like, picture whatever you wanted to picture so that I could get you to agree with me.
Oh, I pictured some things all right. Agreements.
All right, to be fair, I do agree with you. It looks ridiculous. It looks like it's from the time it came from, which is late 1990s and early 2000s. However, I think it's fun and enjoyable because it looks so vastly different than anything we have.
Oh, absolutely.
None of this matters, though, because they're only making 130 or 1,337 of them.
Oh, my God.
Which, for anyone that doesn't know, is leet speak. So, there you go. That's why specifically that number.
That's stupid.
But, yeah. The main reason I brought this in, because I just wanted to talk about leather mouse buttons on a mouse.
Oh, my God.
Which, as much fun as I'm having with it, is utterly ridiculous. It is one of the most bougie things that I think you could have on a mouse. Like, I would expect to go over to a billionaire's house and look at their computer setup and to have, like, what is quote unquote a genuine leather mouse. That is what I would expect to see. So it's
we don't have a price on these yet, do we?
No, because they kind of just announced them. There's not even a date. It's supposed to be early 2026.
Bro,
kind of where
that final. So there's a text blurb in here that the 1,337th unit will be signed by the CEO of Razer. That mouse, that specific mouse, is gonna go for so much money.
You think people are that they're that huge of fans of Mr. Tan?
I don't know if it's necessarily that. But it's one of those things where it's one of a kind. Sure. Rarity in and of itself, like, increases value.
I mean, they are only selling 1,337 of them.
Right. I'm kind of half expecting these mice to go for like $500 each.
Oh, I'm sure. I have no doubt.
And look, if I ever see these on the professional esports stage, on any professional esports stage,
there's no way.
I'm gonna scream.
There's no way, man. There's no way someone's using this, dude. If I see a CS player using this at any of the majors, which there currently is one, so I mean, obviously they don't have it now. Oh, dude, the marketing opportunity. They should have totally given it to one.
Oh my God, they really should.
But no, it's ridiculous. Go look up this mouse, Razer Boomslang 20th Anniversary Edition. Go look up this mouse. Tell us what you think about it. Tell us how much you would pay for it. and how much you would love a leather mouse, because it's just gonna be the best.
Oh man.
All right, I think that's all we have today.
Yep, I agree.
Alrighty, people. Close your books, pack your bags, put your leather mice away. That's all we have time for today. We hope you enjoy your time off and look forward to your participation next time. Peace.
See ya.